Hey everybody, this is Melina from scrapbookingwithme.com. Look what's back. Yes, I've lost enough weight now that it is very comfortable on there. I'm not getting a rash underneath. My wedding ring's back, yay. I didn't change it, I didn't go get it dipped, nothing. So I'm hoping it was just the weight gain. Shame on me. Anyway, this is an episode of Scrapbusters, a weekly challenge here on my channel that helps you, hopefully, use up some scraps that you might have just thrown in the wastebasket. We have our index cards out today, and these are the smaller ones. I have the 3x5s. You use whatever size you would like. Let's make some journal cards. I got this idea, and all she gave us was this tiny little sneak peek of a picture on, I think it was Instagram, from Luise Heinzel. I know I'm saying it wrong. Totally apologize. She has a YouTube here also, Luise Heinzel Junk Journal Art. Beautiful mixed media artist. And I thought, we're going to do a little bit of mixed media, but let's do something a little easier for everyone as far as covering, because I think in the picture, and I'll put, maybe I can put the picture right here. In that picture, she had done a lot of, you know, like she probably coffee dyed the base there, and then she did a lot of stamping. We can do some stamping on these too, but the torn edges is what really got me, and I love the look of that. So we're going to try that. I've got some little odds and end pieces of some papers that already look inked, so that's what I'm going to use, but you can just get it totally out of your scrap bowl and piece it together if you want to. But these are just right to put over the top. Now I'm going to leave the backs like they are. I'll probably ink them up a little bit when we get done, but I'm going to decorate the blank back. And what I'm going to do is get my liquid glue out and just put it all over the index card base. And get it all over my mat, desk mat too, while I'm at it. I mean, why not? And then I'll pick this up, squish that over, hopefully, maybe, squish it. Okay. And then that's what I'm going to do to all the rest of these. And we'll cut off the excess and come back and do some torn elements and probably sew around the edges like she did, because it's just beautiful. Like I said, we're only seeing a sneak peek, so I can't wait to see the entire thing. And then, you know, we can do some stamping. I have got some word stamps around here if we want it to look like hers. Oh yeah, I've got some Loving This Life, Let's Get Together, It's a Beautiful Day, Another Perfect Day. All of those in that one Cocoa Daisy stamp set. And then I've got some little, I say little, they're bigger flower dies and die cuts. And then I've got some fairy ladies and some teapots and things like that. I think this come in my last Taperlogy box, and I am affiliated with them. I have it linked in the description box of all of my videos if you want to go see what I have gotten in the past. But that's going to be like our focal point piece after we finish all of the tearing, gluing, and stitching. So let's cover the rest of these. For anyone that has not heard and may be a little concerned if you haven't heard, Mother, who is E at Scrapbooking with Me Crafts here on YouTube, she has lost all access to her Facebook. a hacker, a troller, or whoever it is has come in and somehow gained access to her Facebook and changed the email, changed her password. She cannot get into it. And so we are trying our best to figure out how to move forward. She has contacted Facebook. They are no help. So we don't know what the future holds as far as Facebook land and our business, but you know what? God has it all under control. He knew before we did that that was going to happen, and I mean, I'm sure he could really care less about the book that is Face. But, you know, it is kind of sad that people can't just go find their own job and their own friends. They think they gotta steal somebody else's. Because if it was just her personal Facebook page, then we could go in there, get important pictures, conversations, things like that, posts, things like that, and we could save them to the cloud for her and all would be well. But she has 3 business pages on Facebook, plus our Scrapbooking with Me Facebook groups, and she's lost access to all of them. So, I mean, there's admins in them. Of course, I'm an admin. Brandon, my sister, we're all admins in the groups, but it just stinks big ones that she's had that account since, like, what, 2010, and the hacker is putting posts up and that have nothing to do with Mama. She's never posted anything like the hacker's posting, and they are trying to make new profiles with her same profile picture, cover picture, everything. They're messaging people saying hi, and if that person interacts with them, then they start asking them to join this and that and send them money and all this junk. So it's just, they're just trying to give Mama a bad name, and it's got all of us fired up mad. And I mean, it's like turning the tables over angry. That's how bad it has gotten. And the thing is, if it was just about, oh, they stole my Facebook. No, they're pretty much trying to steal our identity. So Facebook's not doing too hot in our minds here lately, because they're not helping out the honest people, and they're letting the crooks just keep having a heyday. Get this. This is funny. I mean, it's just hilarious. I put up a warning post on my own Facebook profile, warning everybody, hey, if you get anything from Edith Ray on Facebook, it is not her. She has lost access to her account, and I put up the picture, the post pictures that the hacker had done before they blocked me. And guess what? Facebook took down my post. Yeah, Facebook took down my post warning everybody that that wasn't my mama. Putting all those posts out and messaging everybody and starting new profiles. I warned everybody, and Facebook took my post down. Yeah. Yeah. That's the messed up, stinking society we live in. So, anyway, we've been very, very fired up, hopping mad about that. And I know that some little angel's going to come along and say, oh, you shouldn't be angry about that. You shouldn't, whatever. I will if I want to. I can't stand a thief. Cannot stand a thief. And on top of all of that, here in YouTube land, they have changed Mother's name of her channel. And they say it was by pure accident. They were trying to help out another creator, and they accidentally changed Mama's instead of the other creators. And they'll get it fixed within 10 days. I'm like, what? You're the one that messed it up. Go fix it right now. This don't make any sense whatsoever. But anyway, yeah, I can't stand a thief. Cannot stand a thief. And all of these people inside saying how when somebody breaks in your house or somebody steals something from you, you should just let them have it. As my daddy used to say, that's pure hogwash right there. Now, so Mama is fighting tooth and nail with Facebook, trying to get her account back. And I am having to send all of the messages along to her so that she can try to talk to everybody and let everybody know what's going on. Let them know that she's fine. She is communicating through YouTube, her YouTube channel. And she still has access to her Instagram. So if anybody has questions for her, ask them on her YouTube channel at Scrapbooking with Me Crafts. Or right now it says Scrapping with Me Crafts, but it is Scrapbooking with Me Crafts. Or you can DM her on Instagram at Scrapbooking with Me Crafts. It's just been an ordeal, y'all. I truly the other night, wanted to scream. I was getting so many messages. Did your mom get her account back? Because I just got a message from her. No, that's the hacker. Report it. Your mom posted something about cryptocurrency on her Facebook. How is she doing that? What? My mother's a 68-year-old widow. She did not study and study and study for months to get her cryptocurrency trader license. How moronic. No, she is not. I do not get people. And the thing is, the post has her name on pictures in the post. There's a desk, they're showing a desk with a bunch of computer screens, and there's a plaque on the desk, and the plaque says Edith Ray on it. I mean, they're working hard being thieves, I'm telling you. Just working so hard being a thief. But anyway, Bethany my daughter, has been totally invested in this. She is so mad that this has happened to her grandmother. And she has been trying everything that she knows to try to get it back for Mother. And it's just not happening. And she just kept on the other night. Kept on. And she come to me. She was like, Mama, what if we did this? Mama, what if we did that? I said, babe girl, we have done everything we know to do. The hacker has got it. Facebook knows because Mama has contacted them over 70 times about it. Just, squeaky wheel, trying to get them to listen. I said, they know about it, and they obviously don't care because they haven't taken care of it yet. So there's nothing else that we can do. We got to calm down, and we got to stop thinking about it for a little while because it was consuming our minds. And Mother said the same thing. I was sending her messages after messages, people wanting to see if she was all right, making sure she was good. And we appreciate that. But it got so overwhelming. Even Mama was like, okay, you're going to stop. Just stop sending me any of this and let me just veg out for a little while, because she said this is on my last nerve. It's just the whole getting access back to the business account and the business page and the groups, because I mean that's where most all y'all are. If you're not on YouTube, you're over on Facebook in our group, and you're, you know, conversing with everybody, and you're showing everybody your beautiful projects, and she can't see any of that. So I've been trying to forward stuff to her, but it's getting overwhelming. And so that's where we are, and it stinks. Big ones. So, hackers, I can't stand you. Can't stand a thief. Go get your own job and your own friends. That's what I say about it. And if anybody wants to get mad at me about how upset I am, and you decide that you're going to leave a comment with how displeased you are, bye. You can go away. That's just how I feel about it. You don't have to like it. So then we have in other news, our group, the Pylant family, we have a chance to get a better mode of transportation, I'll say it like that, for our group. And it's going to help all 5 of us, but it will really help Aaron, I think, the most, maybe. And just because he would have a place to go and kind of mellow out when he's having a hard time and stuff. We travel right now. I'm having to come down from the high of being turning over the tables angry. Sorry. We travel now in my Yukon hauling a trailer. We have, for all of our long haul trips, we have nowhere to lay down, nothing. And so we're looking at a nice RV, A-class, that has plenty of room for sleeping, all of us comfortably, and even extra sleeping room. And it's got a full kitchen in it. It's got couches in it. It's got dinette area in it. 2 captain's chairs up front. It's beautiful, and it's exactly what we need. And we've been praying and praying. And just when we praying and fasting and doing what we think we should be doing to ensure that we get this because we believe it's God's will, then this comes up. This hardship comes up for Mother, and we know that Facebook is nowhere on God's radar, and so we know that His plan is to continue blessing us. We are trying our best to do a fundraiser to try and help take care of some of the cost of it, though, because, you know, an RV is not cheap. So that was the other news that I had for everybody. Just help us pray. We're going to have maybe a singing fundraiser to try and raise some money for a nice down payment on it just so that we won't be so bombarded each month with such a high payment. But it would help us so much. And I could still do YouTube on the RV, and I could still do inventory for the shop, things like that. Just traveling in the Yukon, which we appreciate it so much. Thank you, Lord, for giving us that. And then not having anywhere to rest, like in between Sunday services, or from Saturday to Sunday we have to put out the expense for hotel rooms, and then we have to put out the expense for eating out. And we just believe that if we had this RV, we wouldn't have the hotel room expense, we wouldn't have the eating out expense, because I could cook on the RV for everyone, and we could bring sandwich stuff, all that kind of thing. And it would just be a money saver for us, plus convenience, plus comfortable for us, and we wouldn't have to lay on church pews in between services to rest just a little bit before we start loading in for the next service. And it's hard, y'all. It is hard. Ministry, anybody that tells you ministry is easy is lying to you. It is not. And then when you're having a rough day and you've had a hard day and thieves have stolen from you and you get angry about it, then people say, oh, but you're in ministry. You're not supposed to act like that. You're supposed to set an example for the rest of us. Yeah. Anybody that does not believe I've ever had that said to me, I'm here to tell you I have. People are just cruel. I'm just saying. Alright, so what we're going to do, I've already put the torn paper on there. I've been talking the whole time. I hope y'all followed along even with my yapping. I have put the torn paper on there. I put a little bit of washi tape on there. I have splattered it a little bit with hickory smoke gray paint, or that's the oxide ink. And then I will put like a little fairy there. I'm going to sew around it once all of that ink is dry. So we're going to do this like in a little mass make, which we're only going to make, what, how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Small mass make, we can still do that. And then we can stamp around on it once all of that's dry. I might have to get out my heat tool. If I do, I'll speed that up and y'all won't even see it. It'll be fine. So there's one, and let's start on the next one. I think these are so pretty. Thank you, Luise, for showing us. Luise or Luisa, sorry. Whichever way you're supposed to say it. I know I'm saying it wrong, and I apologize. But this is like the prettiest idea, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing that sneak peek. None of us has seen the rest of it, but I appreciate what you did share of it, because it's so cute. And we're just tearing paper. I love doing that. I love to tarot the paper-o. Okay, I think I'm going to do something like that. And I need a little darker piece, I think. Ooh, maybe this. Looks like it's got a big stain across it to put up above it. And we can cover up that straight edge. I mean, who wants a straight edge? Oh yeah, I like that. And then have that piece at the top of that one. And then, of course, we've got to stitch around all these too, y'all. And you can wait and ink around the base until you've finished putting all this on. So anyways, that's the big things going on in our lives. You know, you go along and everything's honky-dory, and then all of a sudden, boom, you run into a brick wall. And it's like, you know what, that's very inconvenient, and it is saddening, because people are actually going to think that some of that stuff is coming from Mama, and we pray to the good Lord that the person does not actually scam people out of money in Mama's name. That would be horrible. But, I mean, we've done everything we can. And it's just not helping. The things that we're doing are not helping. And Facebook is not helping. So, at least YouTube has told Mama, you know, we're going to get this settled. We're going to get this taken care of for you. We'll get your name back the way it was supposed to be. So at least that's supposedly in the works of being taken care of. But it's just not fun to be deceived and scammed. So I'm just cutting the excess off here. And then after we cut the excess off, and try not to tear it so the index base card shows. Oh, that one's pretty. And it's got some pink in it, so I'm going to do some pink splattering. This is picked raspberry. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Look at there, how pretty that is. I love the pink. And then maybe put that floral on there somewhere. Beautiful. And I will ink the edges of that one once all of the paint is dry, the ink is dry. You could even round the edges of these if you wanted to. I like them straight. They're fine like this. But yeah, you could totally ink the edges. I think I might put this one, have a little border at the bottom on this one. This would be really cute if you did, got some ledger paper out and use that different colors and aged look of ledger paper would be beautiful on this project. Okay, and then 2 down the middle. I've been doing that, so like maybe 1 at the top and then 2 layered up in the middle. Very cute. Love the idea. Let's get some more out of this one. This was another little thing from Taperlogy, and it's so pretty. It's got all kinds of butterflies and stuff. It's collage paper, and look at those waspes. Bees, waspes, whatever they are. Let's go like this and like this, and then have, oh, let's go a little bit thinner on that. We can always add this piece to another one. That's cute. And then let's have another one back behind it. Let's go with this lined paper. And we can do it real thin. And just have it peeking out from behind that other. So let's ink the edges. I'm inking today with Scorched Timber, the brand new cool brown from Timmy Holtz. And thank you, Julie, for calling him Timmy Holtz, because now I always do. Because I just think it's so cute that you call him that. Alright, so see there, we're going to have it like that. I kind of like them better that way. So let's do some glue down the middle of that piece, and I'm going to kind of whomper it a little sideways. Yep. Cool beans. That is so cute. And these can be used in your journal just as journaling cards, or they can be used, you can put a pocket on the back of them if you want to. You could, let me cut the excess off of this one. You could actually use this as a tuck on a journal page if you wanted to. And see, I like that some of the ink from the previous ones are coming off on the back, because we're just going to ink on the back anyway. But of course, you don't even have to use these in journals at all. You can use them on scrapbook pages or as card fronts. That would be pretty. Make up a bunch of card bases and then just put these on the fronts of them. Adorable! Anyway, I know I'm going to have somebody say something about how upset I got. It's too bad. I'm human, just like everybody else is. If you want to be offended by me getting upset, this is not the channel for you, because every once in a while I do, because I'm a human being just like you are. Just saying. Alright. Nope, I'm still going to do it like this. I almost went that way, but I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to do the gray. Do some gray splattering. Ooh, pretty. A big splatter. And there's that one. Oh, when we get the stitching done on these, y'all, they're going to be so pretty. So, so pretty. So anyways, what has been happening with y'all? I have been MIA for a few days, just trying to take care of all of the business and the things that needed to be taken care of, and it's just been a little cuckoo around here. I like that. I want that to show, so maybe whatever I put on here, I'll put back behind it. So we could do this and just let that show behind there. Ooh, I like that. And then let's go up a little bit with that one, and we can do just a little bitty piece off the edge here. I might have something in my scrap pile, my little bowl over here, that I could do just off the edge. So let's start big and then go down to a point. Oh yeah. And ink all of our torn edges before we glue them on. We have had the rainiest season here lately that we have had in a long while. It stormed so bad for two nights this week already that, I mean, I was up asking Brandon, is that roaring? I mean, do I actually hear roaring, or is that my imagination? So he's been having to get up and check the radar and look outside and all that stuff. It unnerves me for a storm to come through at night while we're sleeping. That is just the worst, ain't it? Especially if you don't get any kind of warning, which, living in Alabama, we have our fair share of bad weather and tornadoes and hailstorms and all that stuff. So our meteorologists are really good around here as far as forewarning us. But when it comes through at night, it's like, okay, you're asleep. How am I going to get... So usually on those nights, I don't even sleep. Everybody goes to work and school the next morning, and I lay back down trying to catch about an hour nap before getting my work done. Just because I hadn't slept any the night before watching storms go by. It's just, I want to be vigilant and be able to protect my family. I know the Lord is going to watch over us and protect us like He always has over all these years. But I'm also supposed to be a protector of the family that He's given us and not be careless with that. So I try my best, and sometimes I worry a little too much. And I'm anxious when I shouldn't be. And I'm fearful when I shouldn't be. All the things. And sometimes, yes, I get angry when I shouldn't. See, that's my personality. I go back and second guess myself and down myself and say, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You got to put up this big facade. You got to put this front up. Guess what? Y'all get me. Y'all know that. Y'all always known that. It's me. And sometimes I have a bad day and I need to vent to y'all, because sometimes I can't vent to family and I can't vent to my local friends. So I get on YouTube and y'all listen to me, and I appreciate y'all for that. Oh, that one's gonna be pretty. Oh, I love these, y'all. We still have to ink the backs, and we have to stitch around the edges of those, and we have to put on our focal points. So we will get to all of that. And I think I'm going to use this as a bottom edge, and then just have two slim in the middle. Ooh, I like that. So any torn paper will do. You don't have to have the little pads of paper like I've got. Any scraps will do. If you've got some long strips of scrap, beautiful, perfect, use that. And if you use the little 3x5 index cards like I am, you only have to have that scrap of paper to be 5 inches long, and you've got enough. Okay. That is not long enough. Let's go here and then have a plain piece, or I say plain, some coffee dyed pieces over the top of that. Let's go with, let's tear off one piece that we can use later. I could make these all day. They're so cute and so easy, just with the torn edges. And if we did that with the little floral, and that is cute. Well, let's go there. How are we doing on time? We're doing fine. I'm gonna go off camera once I get these torn pieces put on. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna dry those other ones that I've finished, and I'm going to stitch around the edges. I'm just going to do, I'm just going to do a straight stitch around all the edges. So if you're making along with me, you can go ahead and get the blow dryer or your heat tool, whatever you've got. Go ahead and get that out and start drying your ink that's on there. And we're going to come back go ahead and stitch, and then we're going to come back and, oh yeah, like that. We are going to do some stamping around on them and put our focal points on. I like going up just a little bit. I like to whomper jaw it a little bit. Alright, let's cut off the excess on this one. Oh, I did go and get flowers the other day for outside. I try not to go overboard whenever I'm getting flowers for the flower bed and around the porch area because we are gone a lot. But I couldn't help it. I got 2 pots of the little tiny wave petunias. They're not the big blooms, they're little bitty tiny ones, and they're tricolors. So in one is a light purple, dark purple, and a white with a tinge of purple around it. And then the other one is orange and yellow with a kind of peachy look to it too. They're so pretty. I've got those right beside my front door. And then I've got ferns hanging up that I had from last year. We put them in the garage over the winter. And you know, I'm in Alabama, so the winter is not brutal down here. And they survived. We did not water them one time while they were in the garage. They went dormant. And we got them out this year. They're still green. Now there are some brown edges that we need to deadhead, but they're still alive. They're so pretty. And then I got a big sunfern, potted sunfern. I've got it out in my flower bed too, but it's been so rainy. Oh, and Bethany got some little purple, they kind of look like a wildflower, maybe a daisy-ish looking, some purple flowers of that. I've got a big pot, about that deep probably, and that big around, out sitting on top of the river rock on my flower bed. And I put those in there, and then I put some of that Creeping Jenny is hanging out of it too. And I already had Creeping Jenny in that pot last year, and it's come back. And then I've got 2 cone looking things coming back in that pot that I don't even know what it is. I remember what I potted in that pot last year, and it didn't look like a big cone, so I don't know what that is coming up, but Brandon and Bethany both, whoops, I didn't have the top on that one. Brandon and Bethany both have said, are you sure that's not a weed? But it's too pretty. The cone looking thing is too pretty to be a weed. I dropped my messy rag. So we shall see what it becomes, because it already looks like it's got a bloom starting on the very tip top. So we shall see. Now that is closed. I don't know why it splattered all over the place. It will. Now let's splatter it here instead of all over my mat. And that one's going to have pink on it, pink splatter on it, because I dropped it on it. I want some big splatters on this one. Pretty. And I think I'll run it through that. It just come off on that page too. So there's that one that's going to have lots of drying time on it. And then last one to cover before we go do drying and stitching. How about we use that whole thing, layer a piece behind it, and then layer a piece on the bottom. We hadn't done one exactly like that. So I can turn this piece under like that. And then maybe this lined piece on this side. I think I don't need the where it waves up so much on that one side. That's better. But I think I need a little darker piece to cut that up. Let's go with maybe this. Under there. Oh yeah, I like that. That sets it off. That's good. Alright, so let's ink our torn edges so it's going to be seen. And I think if I do it like this and have that up above it, that's going to work right. So let's layer from bottom to top, and I think that's going to look a bit better. Ooh, I have gotten ink all over me. That is the fun of mixed media, right? You've got to be okay with being messy or getting messy. So this piece is going to go first. And then this piece. And I gotta do that one pretty straight because it's just as, look at there, it's not as long either. Well, I think it's still gonna work. How did I miss that? Yep, it'll work, look at that. Because it's gone down on this side, so that's just barely showing. Ooh, I like that. We hadn't done one like this at all. Okay. Can't even tell. And then this piece is going to go across the top of that. Like so. So it's kind of like torn collage on top of index cards. So torn collage, altered index cards. I say all that stuff out loud, so I'm thinking like when I'm starting to title my videos that I'm going to remember that. Whatever. I won't. I will not remember that. Now when I'm editing, if I have smarts about me, when I'm editing, I could, you know, hear that and go, oh, Melina, go ahead and title your video that. Oh, that is cute, and let's just do some pink while we're at it, and that is leaking. Like, it is dripping, got a big old ring on my mat. Have I got a hole in it? Alright. Gonna put some pink splatter all over this one. And then I'm gonna get my messy rag and I'm gonna wipe this down while I tighten the lid. And if it gets everywhere now, I know it's gonna leak in it. It does. Look at that. It's just seeping out of there. Even though I've tightened the lid. Yep. It is seeping out of there. It doesn't have a good seal, it don't act like. Oh, wow. Yep, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that. Because it's, it's like a stuck pig. What? in the world. Okay, so there's that one. Let me go and use my heat tool and dry these, stitch them, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all of them stitched, and my sewing machine ate one of them, but I think it'll be okay. For the backs, all I did was got my vintage photo ink, and I just aggressively, I got all my aggression out, and inked around and got the backs tinted to my liking, nice and grungy. Then we need to, just gonna line them up the way I want them, like top and bottom and all that kind of good stuff. So top, and then that way. Look at how the ink dried. It's so pretty. Love it. Love how it dried. I'm gonna get all of this out the way. Maybe. So that we can line all these up, and then let's stamp. And while I was stitching, I had this idea, why not do like one big number stamped on it too. So I've got a big number stamp here that I can do that with. And let's see. Nope. That's the top of that one. So it ate the bottom of this one a little bit, but it's okay. And my thread that I have in mine is like a tan craft color, so it's not going to show up as much as if you've got a darker string. So I think what I'll do is, let's do a series of these. Let's do 1 through 6. So let's put a number 1 through 6 on these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And get our little acrylic block wherever it is. And this is a stamp set from Cocoa Daisy. I'm wanting to say they still have it on their website, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to lie to you. I'm using the black soot ink, and I'm just going to stamp a number on each one. Do not care if it's straight or not. And you don't have to put the number at the same place. You can put it all kinds of places. I like this. A little different than just paper and glue and being done. That's a cute 4 too. I like that font. Alright, 3. I think I'm going to put 3 up here in the top corner. Oh yeah, I like that. And the black just sets it off really well. And I'm going to use the same black soot to stamp a few words every once in a while. Okay, and then last but not least, I went backwards, didn't I? Let's do the 1. Ooh, I have fun with this. And let's do the 1 in this tip-top corner over here. Okay, and then Cocoa Daisy again is going to give me some words and stuff to put on each one of them. Love this life. Another perfect day. Let's get together. It's a beautiful day. How about love this life and it's a beautiful day? Be my 2 main ones that I do on all 6. So let's go That's a really pretty font too. So it's like a print and then some script in there too. It's Beautiful Life. Now our die cut is going to cover up some of this, so I'm not going to be upset when it covers up some of it. Just randomly doing it. On all of them, and then I'll come back and we'll stamp a few times that one. This one we'll just do the one time. And then this tiny one, Loving This Life, we can stamp it and then off stamp around it. Oh, I like that. Very nice and grungy looking. Just how I like it. And hey, if you don't like grungy, just tear some of the paper and put it on there, and you don't have to have any grunge whatsoever. Ooh, I really like that. I like the offset of it. Very pretty. Yay. Right, now for our focal points on each one of them. So one of the pink ones, I wanted to do this as the focal point. And maybe I will just do like a half. If I do that, I could use the other half on another one. So let's cut it right down the middle of the roses. And if we turned it over like this, I don't want to cover up all of that splatter. So see, that's it. You just have to figure out where you want to put the focal point. And let's go here on this one, let that hang off the top. I love that. We got to ink those. And then let's figure out the rest of the focal points. Love that. And that. Whoop. I'm dropping some of them. And then there. And let's see if we can just get a little something to go on this last one, because we've got that wasp right in the middle. If we did that, but that don't really go with it. So let's figure out, that came from the Tim Holtz wallpaper collection. Beautiful florals in that. That just didn't go. So let's see if we can find something else. Ooh, I like that. So see, you're still going to be able to see the wasp there because this is transparent. Let's get the backing off and just stick down what we need, and then we can cut off the excess just like that. Cut off that excess, use the rest of the sticker later on something else if we want to. Cute. Let's ink this with some vintage photo. Glue around that. If my glue will come out. I've left the lid off while I was stitching a while ago, so. Ooh, I like that. Ink this. Got some loud cars going by today. And then there, get that glue off the back of that because I didn't need it there. Same with these, which I won't save their legs. Sorry, little fairy butterfly ladies. Vintage fairy butterfly ladies, you're gonna lose your legs, and I'm not gonna save them. So let's get the backing off of this. I have stuck my fingers in black soot ink, and it's everywhere, it's everywhere. Well. As soon as I get the backs off of these, I'll come right back to you. Alright. There we go. Now we'll cut the legs off. Oh, those are cute. Very cute. If you do these with the 4x6 size index cards, you could probably get the entire sticker if you've got stickers like that. Those are vellum stickers that it's so hard to get the backing off. Yeah, those. Oh, those are cute. And yes, they could be put into a journal. So into just a regular pocket. Like that, and you just journal on the backs. They could be put on the edge of a page as a tuck, and just have the tuck space there. Into a bag pocket, you could do 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Into a bag pocket, little collection, clip them together with a paper clip. Too cute! Okay, I love these. If you make some nice grungy torn collage altered index cards, I want to see them. And y'all be sure to be subscribed over there to Luise. And I will leave her channel in the description box below, a link to her channel. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to tag me, Melina Pylant, or me, Crafty Scrapper, or M's Scrapbusters, and let me see your altered index card. Love y'all. Bye.